It's been 2 days since the death of Rio Morales, as New York mourns their deceased governor. Ricky enters the training room of Avengers Mansion as she trains herself to become stronger in order to get revenge on her mother's killer. During that 2 day gap, she has been pushing her fellow members away, her anger and sadness molding together. As she finishes her daily training, she gets a notification of a Punisher sighting as she gets on her newly bought motorcycle and drives off without saying a word. Somewhere in the Bronx, Rachel Cole, aka the Punisher, is in her van as she looks for any signs of Laney and the grapplers in the area. As she parks in an alleyway, she notices that multiple bodies were found and sees bullet cases with Punisher symbols on them. She's confused, but then realizes these bullets must have been stolen after Frank was killed in the Ultron Revolution. With that, she gets back in the van and speeds off to find the killer, who may be the one who took Laney. While driving to what could possibly be a lead to Laney's whereabouts, Rachel's van gets ambushed by police. She's able to maneuver away from the police, but stops her car when she sees Captain America right in front of her with an angered look. She yells to Rachel, screaming at her to come out of the car. Rachel does this with her pistol at the ready. Ricky immediately throws her shield at Rachel, with Rachel managing to dodge it before it pounces off a wall back to Ricky. Rachel immediately starts shooting at Ricky, trying to get away and not hurt her. Ricky, however, charges at Rachel and shield bashes her from behind and launches her into her car. The two's fight is brutal. Ricky is trying to kill Rachel, and Rachel is trying to get away from the Avenger. Rachel uses her skills from the army to constantly dodge Ricky's attacks, while Ricky is constantly disorienting Rachel using her strength and shield. The fight leads to Ricky almost decapitating Rachel. However, before she can, Ricky sees a campaign photo of Rio, seemingly staring at her, and remembers a flashback of her as a child spending time with Rio. And she tells her that she is a ray of sunshine and to her and all who meet her. Ricky realizes that Rio wouldn't want her to be filled with anger and gets off Rachel. Ricky asks why she killed Rio, and Rachel says that she didn't, and she is trying to stop who did. The two travel to Avengers Mansion where they meet Joaquin Torres, aka Falcon, and Stingray as they use the Avengers Mansion tracking technology to find Laney. After an hour, they are able to find a partial location, and Ricky and Rachel head out to Queens to see if they can find who they're looking for. While driving, Ricky asks Rachel if she wears the Punisher's logo, and Rachel explains that despite all the good that people like Ricky do for the world, criminals will always have their own form of evil that will never be destroyed unless they are killed, and that's why she does what she does, so no one can ever go through losing their loved ones to criminals and their twisted evil. Rachel then asks Ricky that when they find the person who killed her mother, will her good guy routine allow her to do what she knows she needs to be done. Ricky thinks about this for a moment, and then the car arrives at where there was a reported sighting of Laney. The two exit the van and they enter a warehouse where they see Laney sitting in a chair. The two make their way to Laney and see that she's been drugged. Rachel tries to wake her up, but the two get attacked by the grapplers. They manage to take down Letha and Levicious, but they get shot at by Bushwhacker as the both of them duck under the table. Bushwhacker tells them that they expected those two to drop by, since both had bad blood with him. Ricky realizes Bushwhacker was the one who killed her mother, but Rachel says the only bad blood she has with criminals is with them in general. Bushwhacker reveals something that shocks Rachel. He was the one who murdered her husband on their wedding day. This sends Rachel into a ballistic rage as she blindly shoots at Bushwhacker. Ricky helps Rachel take down Bushwhacker. After a few hours, they manage to defeat Bushwhacker. Rachel then puts a gun to his head. As she is about to kill him, she is knocked out by Ricky, who apologizes to her, but can't let her kill Bushwhacker. Ricky then takes him to S.H.I.E.L.D. as they take him to the raft. Days later, Rachel is seen in Frank's old base of operations as she drinks an excessive amount of alcohol, hating Ricky for not letting her avenge her husband. But rather than go hunt Bushwhacker in a government facility, she decides to wait for him to break out. Back at Avengers Mansion, Ricky watches the news as she feels the satisfaction of her mother getting justice, finally. Suddenly, she gets a call from the Cube, saying that Kang wants to speak to her again. Ricky reluctantly goes and visits Kang, who tells her that she has no idea that the Dark God's presence is on Earth. It always has been since before the Ultron Revolution. Ricky asks what he means by that, but all he simply says is to find the source of it, Eddie Brock. Ricky leaves the cube, shaken by Kang's words, as Kang simply whispers one word, while Ricky didn't hear. No, I shall not say his name.